All right, let's just do this. No hesitation, unscripted and unedited. Here we go. So let's start with, well, look at this. My God, it just keeps going. You could even argue there's been an acceleration in the last day or two. I mean, look at it. Gold printing a new historic high, 53.93. Last Friday, I was speaking about, hey, look, gold 6K, maybe late February, early March, which seemed kind of crazy bold, but hey, we're, we're well on the way. 6K doesn't look that difficult now. And again, nothing is a straight line. You could easily have one day like this, late December, one day down, and then we stabilize and we go again. Yes, we're overbought. RSI is 89, but look at this. RSI can remain overbought for a considerable period of time. We are overstretched from the 10 of May. We haven't been this overstretched since there, a little bit there. But even going, look, does anyone seriously think we're going to be under 5K anytime soon? I mean, the irony is, that only gets us back to Friday, right? Friday was just under 5K. Actually, no, Friday was just under 5K. Monday was 5K, 5100s. Yesterday was 5200s. Today's 53.93. Like, oh my God. This is wild. Yeah, 6K by late February, March looks on track. Silver. Officially silver settled up $4.42, 3.9% to 116.56. You gotta think 120. And we could print $120 tomorrow, right? I mean, really, we could, clearly. Um, I do want to highlight one thing. So I did do a little trade today. So yeah, this is SLV. We'll use that because that's what I traded. Um, yeah. So I'm in the morning I'm seeing silver go up. I'm like, I can't chase it. It did come down and briefly turn negative. I'm like, okay, I want to go long, but I'm gonna probably need to wait until I want to wait until 2 o'clock with the Fed. And then down we go. They pinpricked SLV to 100 when it started going up. I jumped the board around. I jumped the board around 101. So I didn't catch the exact low, but I was aboard there 101. And when I sold around here because it was getting a bit choppy here, but then had another wave upwards here to 106.5. Tiny bit of cooling in the late day, but still, silver's swinging 4, 5, 6% on a regular basis. I mean, look at this swing here, 106 to 96, 95. That's an $11 drop, which is 10%. A 10% drop within what, three or four, 3.5, 4 trading hours. It's wild. Which is one reason why the calls for silver and gold are so expensive because the market makers can't sell you cheap calls anymore. But anyway, so yeah, I had one nice little trade, and now I wonder how Thursday will open. I'm gonna hope silver opens down. If it does, I'll look to buy. If it opens up, I will wait probably until at least late morning, maybe the early afternoon again. Anyway, bullish silver. Again, if you believe the notion of gold, if gold is 6K, silver should be at least 160 to 170, maybe a possible hyper spike to 200, but that clearly won't be sustainable, not for short-term basis. Yeah, by late February, early March. Moving on, let's go to some individual stocks. Actually, well, I should highlight the S&P briefly. So yeah, we did get to 7,000 today, 7,002. And yeah, we settled fractionally down, but still, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Oh yeah, the only other thing is daily momentum turned positive as expected. And of course, the VIX, now that the Fed is out of the way, we had VIX 17, 18 on the high, cooled back. Look at the spiky candle. That bodes bearish VIX, bullish equities into early February, which will of course be bullish silver and gold. All right, some individual stocks. Let's do that before your attention wanes any further. Silver down 0.7%. Yesterday's black candle played out as they usually do, right? Earnings are Thursday. Big target is the 50-day, 268. Got to be bullish. Apple. There are some interesting moves today. We've got there's so many to cover though, but again, another one. Black candle played out down 4%. Agnico Eagle Mines, new historic high, 224s. Yesterday's black candle did not play out. Agnico, correction, American Eagle. Again, excuse me, down 2%, down 1.3%. There's a gap down to roughly 21 to $20. What is that? Oh. First Majestic Silver, a little bit of chop. So yesterday's black candle did play out, settled up 2% because silver had a latter day recovery. AMD up 0.3, that's a black candle for Thursday. Amazon still down 0.7%, earnings next week. Barrick Mining, didn't not a new historic high, but you can see it leaned back upwards in the day because gold went up. Boeing was down 1%, don't care. Baba, that's a black candle. Bank of America, very subdued. It's there's no real downside pressure, right? This is just it's just burning off over because it was overbought here for a couple of weeks. It's look at it, look at this. Look, cyclically low. It's swinging back towards the bulls. It's probably going to turn positive in next week, right? Yep. Don't care about that. We have Caterpillar up 0.7. Kamiko, wow. Wow. 6.5% new historic high. 134s. Wow. And look at this. It was 34 in April. Now it's 134. Again, you got to be bullish nuclear and uranium. Oops, get rid of that. That's there we go. Carnival, tedious. Don't care. It'll be pretty ruthless on some of these because I just don't have the time. Coinbase still struggling. Deckers, yeah, Deckers shoe companies had a rough day. Deckers has earnings first day after hours. It's down 2.5% in the 97s. It does look like it wants to break down on earnings on first day after hours. So yeah, I'm leaning short-term bearish Deckers right now. Don't care about Disney. Energy Transfer was up because oil was. In fact, whilst I'm talking about mentioning oil, let's just look at the daily. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, so look, oil had a decisive break above the 200-day, 63.40. Now we're going to go to the 67s, right? Probably. After 67 is $70. So, yeah. Also, yesterday's candle, which I didn't even notice, was bullish engulfing. So, yeah, bullish oil. Moving onwards. Sorry if some of these are your stocks, but you can always freeze frame. Freeport McMoran, new strike high at 1.2%. Black candle, but hey, you gotta be bullish. Let's jump to copper whilst I'm looking at Freeport. Yeah, look at that. Copper, 14 cents, 2.3%, $6. Uh, midterm bullish, sevens, maybe even the eights by late summer. I don't care about Google. Home Depot, yeah, retail struggled today, down 1.3%. Heckler, yeah, look at this, 34s, bearish engulfing candle, down yesterday, down another 4% today. in the 27s. We have a gap. It's very tiny, but there's a lot of support around here. 24, 23s. You could argue it's just. I will say actually, yeah, on this, daily momentum's got to turn negative at the Thursday open. So this one does lean a little bit bearish for Thursday. So yeah, maybe we'll come to see Heckler down around 25 tomorrow, which would be another 5-6% down. That does kind of look probable. Intel, a rather ludicrous gain of 11%. We do have a tag of teal gap. Now we have a downside gap to the 44s. I would say, look, momentum remains negative despite today. I'm not a fan of it. It looks vulnerable. I wouldn't be short it, that's for sure. Joby down 0.7%. This is where it should be flooring. 1337, which is an interesting number. There's a baby bear flag on that, which leans slightly bearish for Thursday. KKR, don't care. Nuclear stocks, look at that, 9% LEU. It's impressive. Lockheed up 0.4%. Earnings are due. Actually, I should say, Lockheed, new historic high, 599.32. Earnings are due early Thursday and should be fine. So we're going to see $600, right? In theory tomorrow. Meta had earnings in after hours, which were fine. All the companies had earnings which were mostly reasonable. Tesla's earnings were mediocre, but Meta was up in after hours. But yeah, it's broken above the 200-day. Microsoft again, much like Meta. Actually, no, Microsoft actually was down in after hours. It did print like 440 briefly. It was like 460 the last time I looked. Actually, I will say, yeah, look, today's candle is black from the 50 and 200 day. So that one played out. Micron up another 6%, new historic high. Wow. Netflix down 1.1%. Not great, is Nike down 1.3%. I have started to come around to the notion that, yep, we're actually going to tag this gap, this little red gap. I didn't think we would, but now it looks like we will. If Decker's earnings come in, or if the market marks stock down on earnings, then Decker's is going to drag Nike down the red gap, whether it's Friday or early next week. I would say the bold could be buying here. I mean, look, it had a good run from 56 to 67. Remember, Tim Cook was buying there. This Nike CEO was buying around here. Nvidia at 1.6. Again, Oculus up 10%. Ondas, okay, a penny up, black candle. That's bearish for Thursday. Don't care about that garbage. I mean, really, what is there to say about that? I mean, what a, I mean, Jesus. At some point, you got to wonder. Look at these little volume spikes here. 164 to 250, 160 to 211, and it goes back down to 130, which is right back there, right? It fully filled that gap, this gigantic gap from $1.39 to 83, in a day. That was insane. Anyway, Pan American Silver up 2.5%. Black candle leans a little bit red for Thursday. Palantir down 5%. Look at that. That is the first close under the 200-day since early 2024. Michael Berry remains short as far as I know. The monthly candles bearish engulfing. Yeah, the reason this, by the way, the reason this was actually initially down today was because RBC came out and their target is $50. $50. 50. And it's like, okay, we're below the 200-day. Next support, 125. Grand support, 100. I think 125 is going to come in February. And then you're like, okay, 100. Maybe 100 in March or April. But Michael Berry it's playing out for him. You got to credit him for that. PayPal, look at this. This is horrible, right? 2.5% new multi-year low. Terrible. Red Cat, 4.5%. You know, got to be bullish drones midterm. Don't care about that. Rocket Lab, 1.8. SMR up 6.67% in the 20s. Soft target is $30. Either late February, early March. It's pretty straightforward. Target down 2.48. Again, it wasn't just Target, it was retail. Most retail stocks were down. So it's come down from 111 to 101. Next support is around 98 to 97. So bearish for Thursday, Friday. Tesla, fractionally higher. Today's candle was a black candle. EPS today in after hours was 50 cents. If you annualize EPS to $2, the PE ratio on Tesla is 215. 215 is insane. Unless Tesla can start making more money, this stock should be somewhere south of this. It should be way below 200. Take two, bearish engulfing candle. United Airlines. Not a black candle. The uranium energy. What's that? Not quite a historic high, but it's close. United Health, 4%. That is a dead cat bounce. The cautious will be leaving it well alone. Exxon, new historic high, 0.5%. 137 is impressive. I will say actually today's candle's black. Earnings are Friday. All right, where do I want to end today? Oh, I didn't check UPS. I need to recreate a UPS chart. But yeah, look at that. That's not pretty, is it? So I got out of that yesterday morning. What was it yesterday? God, I'm getting. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. The days are flying. Can't keep track. I mean, look, it's down 3.3%, 103s. You think probably got to tag 50-day at least, right? That's $100. Um, I mean, look, momentum actually rolled over on the 12th. Look at that. Momentum rolled over there when it had a black candle from the 109s. And this reversal candle, bullish, bullish. And then this was a spurious spike. It's leaning bearish. I like this in the midterm. You could actually look that maybe this wants to come back to the 200-day in late February or March and maybe tag, 94, 95. Yeah, 94, 95, 96 maybe in March. And then resume upwards. But short term, that is bearish. All right, what chart do I want to end on? I don't know. What's the gold silver ratio? Okay, we're at 46 still. That the silver on a weekly. That's crazy. You have one down week at the end of December. I mean, there's literally zero sign. I mean, silver could be down 2 or 3% tomorrow morning. I would buy it back and then maybe get to 120 either on Thursday afternoon, Friday, or next Monday. 120 looks like it's coming, right? Clearly, 120, then 130. You think, geez, again, if you believe 6K gold, then silver should be at least somewhere around 150, 160. Incredible. again, it's not going to last forever. At some point, it's going to reverse. But it does appear that the main market looks okay in the March. And if the main market's going up, then silver and gold should have a good chance to keep going up as well. But I think we'll end it there. Yep. I wish you a good Wednesday evening, and should be interesting with earnings. Again, Apple has earnings Thursday after hours, which will merit attention. Should be okay, right? They will be okay. They'll be okay numbers. Not great, but they'll be okay. And yeah, the month is soon to end. Good night.